I'm just existentially tired, as I told a friend. I told her I'm existentially tired, and I'm also just trying to enjoy life because I can't take life for granted. After losing two friends to cancer in their 40s, I feel very aware of my age. I feel very aware that my next birthday in a year, I mean, I just turned 45, but like when I turn 46 and 2 weeks pass, I will have lived longer than my friend. And that's such a weird feeling. I know I have a friend who lost her mom. And, well, my mom said this too, actually, because her mom died really young. So before my mom lost her memory to Alzheimer's, she said it was so strange for her to get past the age that her mom had been when she passed. And I think she was 63, so quite young. Not as young as my friend. But anyway, I want to enjoy my life, and I want to just be thankful and like not fake positivity, right? But aware of the privilege to be alive, aware of the privilege to age. For a while there, I was getting really self-conscious about some of my wrinkles, especially on my neck. And then I'm like, it is such a privilege to have wrinkles. It is, like sometimes we're going to be vain. Sometimes we're going to care about that stuff because there's a lot of pressure to care about that stuff. But lately I've just been in a space of trying to remember that no matter how exhausted I am or how lost I feel even in my career, that it is such a privilege to be alive. And it's holding everything all at once, right? It's holding the exhaustion, but also holding the gratefulness and the fact that it is a privilege. It's a lot. Life is always like that. You're always holding like beauty in one hand and horrors in the other, or gratefulness in one hand and like sorrow and complaint and exhaustion in the other. And it's always everything, right? Yeah. So all of that to say, for me, art is, it's the way I stay human. It's the way that I get in the zone and lose time. It's also definitely like part of my calling in the world is to make art and to add to the beauty this way. It's really interesting being in entrepreneurial spaces and stuff, and like I can do many things. Like I'm capable of doing many things and I can be good at many things, but it's I do often come back to the art piece and think like maybe I should just be doing this. I don't know. Sometimes you don't really ever feel like you have things figured out. And they change and morph, and maybe you have them figured out for a time and then you no longer have them figured out anymore. So I think I'm just trying to be patient. I'm trying to take this opportunity as it comes. But for right now, I just thought it might be fun to chat to you while I do my work. Too bad I don't paint a lot of trees, because then I could be like Bob Ross and I could talk about happy little trees. I do paint trees sometimes. They are happy. I guess mine is happy little waves. Lots of happy little waves. So I know that you will not be able to tell what these are yet, and that's part of the fun of it. I'll tell you a little bit. This is my local beach, and there's this time of day that I love to go walking on the beach, and that's at low tide, especially when it starts to get close to like golden hour, because at low tide, if there's clouds especially, there's this thing that happens where the beach is just glistening from the water. And when the waves go out, it just leaves this sheen on the sand. And if there's a sky that's beautiful with clouds, it reflects back up. And I always call that walking between the worlds. On that beach, it's the beach I did a memorial for my best friend, Gretchen, who passed. And so sometimes I'll go and I'll just sort of talk to her there. So for me, going during that time of day is just so beautiful and so peaceful. And you look down and there's this mirror up to the sky. And so it really feels, that's why I call it walking between the worlds. Like it really feels like you're in this otherworldly place where the sky is up and down and you're walking. It's just really special. So I take photos as much as I can. Sometimes I'm like, what was this? I'm not looking at the photo right now, but I drew, I sort of drew lines on here so I'd know where I wanted to put texture. Anyway, yeah, it's just a magical experience, and I am going to be painting that. Thankfully, when I'm adding color to this, I will be looking at a photo to remember like what all my lines are. This is definitely the sand dunes, and then we have this, and then down here is going to be the sky as well, but I'm leaving the texture in the real sky. And then I think I probably won't put like raised texture in the same way in the ocean reflection, which is going to be down here. So anyway, doesn't look like much yet, but I'll bring you along for the journey.